It is time for another cosmic episode here on the Dark Cosmic Universe, here on YouTube, better known as the YouTubosphere, as I always say. Welcoming back all my cosmic followers out there. Thank you guys for checking out the channel so much. Really, really appreciate it. For the toy enthusiasts out there, this is definitely the home of homes here on the Dark Cosmic Universe to hang out in. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Leave some comments in the channel. Check out the links in the description. I've got an eBay store where I sell vintage and retro t-shirts. I also sell paperback books. When I make a sale, I bring it back here to the Dark Cosmic Universe for cool stuff just like this, which we will get into. Again, if you are new to the channel, please activate that bell icon so you get notified when I upload a video here on the YouTubosphere or when I upload a YouTube short as well. Thank you guys again for checking out the channel. Again, please leave comments. We'd love to hear from you. I want to hear what your adventures are bringing in this week, what action figures you are finding or cool cosmic collectibles. Also, anything else that you've picked up along the way. Love to hear from you. So again, thank you guys for checking out the channel, tuning in, of course. This always helps the channel. Please do that if you can. Again, leaving comments, sharing the videos, sharing them on your socials. I had to think about that for a minute there. Being a part of this interactive place called YouTube. All right, let's get to it. I know you're like, wait, what's going on? I've seen some of these figures before. And if you haven't, I did some reviews on two of these figures, which I did not have in the collection, but Kraven the Hunter, we've got Chameleon, his stepbrother, and then Rhino, three of the three baddies in the Kraven the Hunter movie that Sony wound up coming out with. And regardless how you feel about the movie, talk about having three of the big heavies in a Spider-Man movie, well, a non-Spider-Man movie, actually, that Sony just wound up putting out. But the more I thought about it, I'm like, hey, I don't have a 1/18 scale Rhino figure. I've got one that is 5 inches, but not one like this. So we're going to take a look at this one over here. Now, this one is by Hasbro Toys. I was able to secure this one on eBay. Someone wound up selling it, not on mint on card, but mint on bubble. So here is the plastic. And again, what a cool, woo, that almost went south really quick. What a cool little comic book display on there. So this is really cool. I did not have this figure. Again, this is by Hasbro Toys, but love the card art on here. And that's about all I got. And again, it's not on the card itself, but that's okay with me because it was still brand new. The plastic silly bands were still on it, so I had to kind of cut it off. And never been played with, never, well, I don't know about never been touched, but again, whoever sold it, they sold it without the card, and yours truly got the discount on it, which is really cool because eventually most of my stuff does come off of card. All right, so if you're curious to see how tall these figures are, these are in the 1/18 scale figures. So we've got the Chameleon, who is over 4 inches, a very cool Marvel Universe figure. We've got Kraven, who is almost 4.5 inches, and then Rhino, who is almost 5 inches tall to the scale, which is really cool. And we're not talking about the political rhinos. We're talking about the Rhino from Spider-Man. What a cool figure. And again, we'll just kind of check out some of the figures here. Now, the reason why I got these figures, I watched the movie and I said, I don't have these figures in a 1/18 scale. So yours truly, one by one, I was able to find these figures, mostly on eBay. And I wound up collecting them. Got them for a decent price. And again, very excited to have these in the collection. I do have the Toy Biz figures, which are a little bit bigger. They're in my case over here to the right, which I've never actually shown here on the Dark Cosmic Universe. But trust me, there are quite a few. And mostly are Toy Biz. I think there might be some Hasbro figures in there. But yes, I do have a Kraven figure for that particular case but I wanted to get a smaller scale because I like 1/18 figures, and I'll be honest with you, they're cool to collect. They are definitely smaller to store, which is a really great good thanks for them. And here we go. Here's the Chameleon figure. Again, the half brother of Kraven the Hunter, but a cool looking figure nonetheless. Now more of these figures, Kraven and the Chameleon figure, now they do fetch a higher price on eBay. So again, don't get the sticker shock when you have that. Here we go. Here's Rhino. Now Rhino does have all these extra accessories, which I was kind of torn because there was another Rhino figure. And for the price point, this one totally fits the bill. Again, he's got extra armor on top of his Rhino armor. But again, what a cool looking figure. So I decided to go with this one here. He's got his mouth wide open, ready to cause some serious damage. And again, yours truly was influenced by the movie. So I said, you know what? I'd like to have that. Now, the only thing I don't have is the, I got to think of the word here, their counterpoint, not counterpoint, their mystery, real human form versions of the figures. So I don't have those here to fit the whole duality of being a supervillain and also having just being a regular, regular human. But yes, really, really cool. And that's one thing I really do enjoy when we're able to get some figures that are, you get their comic book counterpart. Thank you. Good think of the word here. Their counterpart, and then you get what they look like without their suits on. Again, it's kind of a cool thing to have. Some of the characters, you don't want that, but for me, of course, that would double the collection here. But some characters do need to have their human side because you can see what they look like. All right, I'm going to put the stage over here. I'm going to put the figures over here. But yeah, I did watch the Kraven movie. I had to think about it there. Yes, there was no mention of Spider-Man. There was an implication of spiders, but Sony could only do so much at the time. And again, the movie may have gotten some flack online, but I wound up watching it, and I thought it was a pretty decent movie. Would I have paid that money in the theaters? Probably not. But again, to get a little bit of more in depth on the characters, I am really hoping that Marvel has decided with Sony, and they hopefully they come together. And now that they've established these characters, I'd like to see him in a Spider-Man movie. I'd like to see him in a crossover. But again, that has to do with Sony owns Spider-Man, and they're not going to let go. They're not going to let their golden goose and give it back to Marvel at any time soon. They've got something good. It's just like Universal giving up the Hulk. But again, back in the 90s, that's what happened. Marvel was tanking. They sold off their properties to save the business. But in the process, they kind of messed themselves up down the road because they didn't realize that they were going to make some really cool movies. They didn't figure that the Marvel Universe would have caught on like it did, for the 10 years that it did. And, it was nothing, they didn't foresee that. But you've got Disney now trying to buy back some of the properties. They're trying to incorporate some of the properties, collaborating with Sony, collaborating with Universal to try to make some really cool movies and stuff. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move my character out of the way so you guys can see the Scorpion. I'm going to put myself over here. Yes, I'm putting myself in the corner over here. Almost had a, speaking of the Funko-ness, I almost had Seashell, the Dark Cosmic Universe, meet her counterpart. She did for a few seconds, and then she just kind of like walked away. But I will get a video, trust me, of her. If she's already seen the Funko. And again, I don't think she realizes that I've made a Funko of her. Yours truly made a Funko of himself, which is kind of cool, with the added extras from two amazing artists to collaborate with this. But again, it's what the Dark Cosmic Universe is all about. Anyway, so now here we go. Here's the collection here. And it's kind of funny because I was going through my box here, and I'm like, you know what? I don't have a Lizard figure. I do have a Lizard figure. One that was based off of the movies. So, and I have not displayed him on here, but he looks kind of, I don't know, with that whole extended neck thing. I mean, I like the lizard, you know, with the coat, lab coat on, and not this wonky extended neck kind of deal. But for the collection, I do have one. And let's see if we can display him. So again, it's still a cool looking figure. You know, it's got the scales and, you know, I mean, this is how he looked like in the movie. I should probably get him a coat, get him a, you know, long coat, because that's what the lizard had. Not really keen on the head. Looks like something from the TV series V. But I mean, you know, I mean, it's what it is. They tried to go more realism with the movie. And, you know, what they did was pretty good. And who knows what's going to happen when they get all these movies all together. And they actually put out a decent Spider-Man movie where they're able to... Can we get... Can we get that back in focus? There we go. You know, with that. And again, it's just my interpretation of what I see. I've been a collector for, I don't know, over 40 years-ish. But the great thing is, I am 4 going on 5. And since some of the figures that I'm going to be getting are 6+, so you need to be 6 years and older, I am almost there to have, or actually to be legal with hanging out with my figures over here, which is kind of cool. Anyway, quick video, and I'll just kind of go through the tour of who we have here. So we've got the Lizard, we've got Sandman, we've got Kraven the Hunter, finally got Rhino. This is kind of cool. We've got the Chameleon, we've got Morbius over here. Back here we've got Vulture. Over here we've got Doc Ock, Dr. Octopus. We've got the Shocker. Here is Green Goblin. Spidey, of course. Oh, there's Seashell. Seashell, the Dark Cosmic Kitty. And we've got Scorpion, Electro, and then, of course, Venom. All these cool looking characters. So I'm really hoping that Sony decides to up their game with Spider-Man. I know I heard they're going to do Spider-Man and the Hulk together. I'm not really sure how I feel about that. I just want to see Hulk and Wolverine, actually. And that's the storyline I think we're all craving. I mean, yeah, Hulk did team up with Spider-Man. So who knows where they're going with that. Maybe it might be a brief cameo. Who knows? But hopefully Marvel will make a good story that we can follow. And they don't divert too much from the comic books. I mean, give them their own spin with it. Because you don't want to be seeing the same old storyline again. But, you know, I mean, it's live action. Who knows? Anyway, that's it. That's the end of the video. Again, adding to the collection over here. Very excited about it. It is the Rhino figure here from Hasbro. Pretty excited just for having it, which is really awesome. Looks really awesome. Let me know in the comments. What do you guys think about the videos? Let me know about your collections as well. Anyway, this is it. This is the end of the video, as I said probably one more time. Saying hello to my Dark Cosmic family out there. And those who are not subscribed to the channel. If you are subscribed to the channel, you are part of the Dark Cosmic family. All you got to do is hit the subscribe button. Watch some videos. Enjoy. You know, check some of the links out and all that fun stuff. And let me know what you're doing. Who are my Dark Cosmic family members? Well, let me tell you who they are. They are my Cosmic Cosmonauts, my Cosmic Comrades, my Insane Toy Collectors, my Dark Cosmic Pokemon Collectors, and of course my Cosmic Collectors out there in the YouTubesphere, in the internetosphere, over at the TikTok sphere, all those places, in the real world sphere, of course. What do I say? Say it loud and proud. From one side of the galaxy to the other, and somewhere in between, there is the Dark Cosmic Universe. If you want to find me, check it out. Avian Savage, that's the name you need to look for. Stay cosmically insane, my friends. Keep collecting all those action figures. Keep collecting all those collectibles. Come back here to the YouTubesphere, better known as YouTube, and we will see you cosmically soon with another epic video.